Hey everybody, I am Jett, and this is Nick.
Hello.
Welcome back to Under the Covers Music Podcast, where we pick one of our favorite songs from our past.
It's still the past. We haven't figured out time travel yet.
Time travel's tricky. And then we sing it, I sing it, and he plays it on guitar. Mm-hmm. And we do a little interview about it like you're about to hear. Mm-hmm. If you would like to financially support this episode and further episodes, you can go to patreon.com/UTC Music Podcast. And it's just a really cool donation space, and you get bloopers. If you don't see them here, you'll see a lot more there. Bonus reels, just extra footage in general. And it's Nick's turn.
It is my turn.
Yep.
Hooray.
So he gets to pick a song. And, you know, I know at the beginning of this I said one of our favorite songs. We usually pick some of our favorite songs. I don't know if this is going to fit in the favorites. But
I don't even know if it fits in like the past song. Like this is more of a present tense song.
Actually, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a time travel.
Look at that.
Okay.
Well, I will start by saying everything about this song was really sort of outside of my comfort level. We can probably B-roll this, but in this show, I am on record as saying I can't stand country music.
Glitter-coated, red Solo cup glorifying, rock and roll country.
Pop country.
It's pop country. That's exactly right. And I feel
There's
like
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not what we like. It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
to recap,
they're hits for a reason.
I said I can't get on board.
Yeah.
And a few things have happened since then. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I can really talk about how we got here without talking about my sister through a lot of this.
Yeah.
So
she's the reason we're doing this song.
100% she is. And again, you have been amazing and gracious and wonderful and
because this ain't my genre either.
Yeah.
I think we came together in the beginning as what kind of other music do you like? Okay, well it's not this. Okay, good.
Yeah. And when I came to you about this song, I was like, hey, what do you think about doing this song? It's a country song. I was like,
bro.
But then we kind of settled in. Then you heard it. Before I kind of talk about how I got there, tell me about your journey of hearing, oh, Nick wants to do a country song. And then you heard it, and then you got there.
Good fucking Christ. Yeah, so it's funny. I feel like the people that will watch this episode, mainly Chili and Kate, they love country, and I think it's so cute. I do have a background in country only because of my surroundings at one time, and that was when I worked at this marina in Bradenton. Mm-hmm. So there we go. I was surrounded by a whole family that ran the place and listened to country music.
Oh.
So I would hear all about these country artists and,
But modern country, because I think that's an important distinction between
that's true.
What's classical country of like Waylon Jennings and Hank Williams
Dolly
and
Parton.
Willie Nelson, like the classic country of, the old school crooners and the modern country, which, that's what we were kind of on record as being like, ugh, I can't stand this.
Yeah, that's definitely qualifiable.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So they were a modern country sort of fans.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd probably say that they liked the old crooners too, but that's not really what.
No.
Especially one of the girls I worked with was pretty hot on modern pop country. Mm-hmm. Which this is.
Technically, this qualifies. Technically, this qualifies.
So how did I get there? Slowly, but then also quickly, because it was like it took a long time for me to listen to the song, and then once I did, it was like, okay, well, just it's pretty straightforward as far as the style of music, tempo changes.
Yep.
Lyric changes, chorus, things like that. I was like, okay, well, it's very vanilla and it's doable. Let me just give it a whirl. And there was just a couple days in the last week that I listened to it, and I was like, okay, I can do this. But I couldn't get through it without crying because
Yeah, that's true.
tell us why.
Well, so that kind of got me there too. That yes, this is a modern country music song, like a pop country song, and so I was a little like, oh boy. But when you think about it, I think one of the reasons why we're okay with it is that it really does have all of the elements of a classic country song. It tells a story.
Yeah.
It doesn't wander too far musically. It has pretty much a pretty standard country arrangement of, E major, A major, all that stuff, verse, chorus, bridge, solo, all that stuff. All those elements are there, and it's just sort of expanded. And it felt like listening to it, it felt like one of those older country songs of like, I'm getting a story. And because it's country, it has to be a tragic story. Oh, God. So how did we come across this in the first place?
I'm about to say, tell the story.
Well, I was talking to my sister about an episode that we did where we covered a song that was also very tragic about a husband that was lost at sea.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like, ooh, yeah, that was a dagger to the heart.
That took a minute to get through.
And my sister Eve was telling me, well, there's also a song, that has kind of the same effect on me, but, you wouldn't like it. It's country. And I was like, you're probably right. I wouldn't like it. But then she went on to explain that there were a lot of elements of the song that reminded her of me, which I was like, that seems unusual. That,
Yeah.
A country music song would remind you of your heavy metal brother.
Blink, blink.
Okay.
Blink, blink.
Yeah. So then she's like, well, I'll send it to you. I know you're not going to listen to it. I was like, no, I'm going to listen to it. I'm honestly going to keep an open mind.
Sure. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. I'm not going to say, hey, let me listen to this so I can tell you how terrible it is. Like, I wouldn't do
Right,
I just
yeah.
wouldn't listen. So if I'm going to listen, I'm going to be honest about it.
Okay.
So I listened to it, and he got me. He definitely got me. By the end, much like my sister, bawling my eyes out.
Oh, my Lord.
God. Oh, it was like that when we did that other song about the husband lost at sea. It was almost like I was said to you, oh, you want a tragic song? Hold my beer. Because this seems like it's one-upped that ante. Yeah, it was really tough. But, listening to the lyrical content, I felt like, oh, there are actually some similarities here. Not a lot.
Like,
And I think, yeah,
from song to song?
No. So I felt like listening to the song that we're doing today, I was like, oh, I can see why my sister sort of associated this with me. Mm-hmm. There are some things where I'm like, no, that doesn't match at all. And I think you've brought up, like, why any of this?
Right, yeah.
But
And especially the end of the song.
yeah, like,
Fucking
Eve,
better not be. How about
Eve,
that?
Why do you want your brother dead? I think I texted her that. I'm like, why did you?
What did
Do
she
you
say?
want me out of the way? She was like, no, of course not. But I think a couple of the things that line up pretty well are, number one, I've always wanted an Indian Scout motorcycle. Yeah, they're amazing. I would love an Indian Scout bobber. That's kind of the bike I would want.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
They're so cool.
Yeah, and I was going to get one, but then I thought of like, well, a lot of people in your life, especially at that time, were like, it made them so nervous whenever I was on a bike because I had a bike. And to me, it was like, well, I don't love riding enough to put other people through that level of nervousness. So let me just back off of it. Mm-hmm. But they are beautiful motorcycles. Like, they're fantastic.
I've always wanted to ride.
Yeah.
I will have a crotch rocket at some point in my life. But I've also really loved the Indians. Like, of course, like that style of bike is very different from a crotch rocket. But,
yeah,
you know.
completely. Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, that was one similarity. Leather jacket, smoking, like, okay, that's not so much me. But the brother in the song is a guitar player. He has like a bit of a wanderlust, which I don't think that I necessarily share. until like lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
I see you questioning, and like, that is you, buddy.
But you said you would go travel.
No. No, I mean, in the song, it's tough to even talk about it right now. Oh, it still gets me. Oh man. The brother moves away, and it's something that in recent years I've actually been talking about, like moving west, and I know that.
Eve, what have you done?
Well, one of the toughest parts of the song for me to listen to,
Or talk about.
yeah, apparently, is that,
Oh no.
one day I'm going to have to say goodbye to my sister
What?
in some way. Not necessarily one of us is passing away, hopefully.
Yeah.
But our paths are going to separate, and it's going to be tough to see each other again. So bringing that layer into this song is like, oh man, like, oh, what a tearjerker. This is awful. But again, also the song ends pretty tragically, and that's like, that doesn't feel good either.
Great. Now we're both crying.
Oh,
Awesome.
sorry. Sorry. We know who to blame for this one.
Oh, she's going down.
Mm-hmm.
She's going down.
Well, my real hope is that, we'll share this episode with her. And I want her to bawl triple what we've done. Because, when we were practicing this song, we couldn't even get through it.
Oh, God.
And I know we said that about a couple of songs of like, we have emotional reactions to the song. And I think that's an important part of being someone who lives in the world of music. I think when you don't have those emotional reactions to the things that you hear, you're kind of cut off from it. You're not really getting the experience. Like music should move you.
Yeah. However that lines up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Most of our reactions are to tears, and that's fine.
Yeah,
fine.
that's true.
That was one of the things that I loved most about you. I was like, oh, he cries at songs. I love it. I love it. Because I've been like this in other relationships. I've had the same reaction, like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and it's just like, nope.
Oh my God.
Or they're holding that back, like it's really in check. We're like, nope, those are feelings, and I don't share those. Like,
yeah.
Okay. So it's kind of restrictive, but yeah, I mean, you and I are pretty open about, letting things move us, whether it's music or movies or books or anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what sort of broke the barrier for like, hey, guess what? You like a country song because it is reaching you at a level that other music that you love reaches you. Mm-hmm. It's getting through that barrier.
Meeting you at the same point.
Yeah, and it's less about the genre and it's more about the content.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
you got
and that's
me,
where you
man.
get stuck. Like, just because it's modern country doesn't mean it's not good.
That's right.
It's just a genre that we steer away from because
That's right.
it's really vanilla and most of the time. But this has got some you can see some Vanilla Bean in this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
I don't think he'll answer, but I am planning on writing the artist and being
Are you?
You got me.
I think he'd be cool with that.
I'm not even a country fan, and I don't even know anything about you or any of your music, but this one got me.
I did a little bit of wiki research on this dude.
Okay.
Just like you were.
I don't even know like how famous he is. I don't know if he's like, oh, I sell out arenas, or like I'm a just sort of like a touring guy.
He's won a bunch of awards.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
He's never gonna answer.
He will.
No, I don't
he
think
will.
so.
I feel like country singers are pretty approachable, which is I think what's endearing about that genre is they can be at least. And he's, when I say a lot of awards, I mean like some iHeartRadio awards, but then there's also a couple of other awards that I just kind of scanned real quick. I was like, okay, all right. Well, and so he kind of came out in 2017. Like that was his big breakout year.
Oh, I'm like, he came out. Wait, what?
His breakout year.
Okay. I think even he would be like, whoa.
I know. He came out how? No, like ta-da.
Yeah, no, his first releases.
Yeah.
hit the market in 2017. Okay.
That's funny that you took it there.
He's been out.
I meant
He's been at
like,
it for a while.
yeah. Yeah. So I was like, go 2017. That's pretty recent. I was like, oh wait, not really. It's
7 years.
yeah. So yeah, which is about the time I started at the marina. Now, it was about 7 years ago, and that's when I first started hearing his name in that. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. In that time of my life. There we go. Like, I was working at the marina and whatever, and it was, oh, I'm going to see this guy in concert. I was like, who?
Yeah, no idea who that is.
Still today, who? Like, but he's cool. Like, he's cool. And he seems, and he was born in 1990. He's youngin'.
Okay.
So, I don't know, he might. It might be worth
Makes me
the-
feel like the oldest person on earth.
No!
Hearing that.
No.
Yeah, so...
Well, wait, listen.
What?
Our last one, you were like, about Bruce Dickinson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bruce Dickinson is not as old as we thought he was.
Anywho.
Yeah, I don't think he is yet 70.
No.
And before, yeah, the
like,
last
and he's in
episode we were
his
like,
80s,
yeah,
what?
what is he, like 86 or something?
Bruce is like, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Bruce is going to come in here with a fencing foil and teach us a lesson. Yeah. No, so
Yeah.
so
Anyway.
back to like
We've strayed.
how we got here. Yeah. So I think that probably even as fewer as like 5 or 6 years ago, this probably isn't something that I would have done, especially for my sister. As kids, we were very sort of at odds because we're children, especially through
Me
our
and mine,
teenage
too.
years. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just, it was a wonder we didn't murder each other.
I tried.
Yeah, so did we. It's a wonder we didn't succeed in it.
Right,
is
there we
what
go.
it was, yeah. And then that kind of cooled off in our 20s-ish. It sort of came to be okay. And, there's something I like to say that really makes people stop up short. Like when they're like, oh, what kind of, are you and your sister, like, good terms? Are you friendly? Whatever. And I like to tell people, like, yeah, I married my sister. Which is technically true.
That's right.
Yeah. But
Wait, what?
I performed the wedding ceremony at our first wedding, so
Clarify.
yeah, I get to say that.
I love it.
It's just fun. But yeah, our relationship has certainly improved over the years, and certainly within the last 3 years, she and I have lived a lot of life together. Like, we've lost both of our parents. We've gone through a lot of personal changes and struggles, and it's
Still going through it?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's still something that we have a lot on our plate personally and emotionally, and it's good that now our relationship is at a point where we cooperate in all things. And we support each other in all things, which is so far from where it was. And that's why I say, like, even 5 years ago, it certainly wasn't contentious. We've been
Right.
close for a while, but, we've had our own things going on. And all of these, things that have happened in our lives have started to help us come together a little bit more closely, which it's shitty that that's the price of it, but...
True, right? Why?
But that,
Like, but yeah.
5 or 6 years ago, I don't know it would have been as important to me to do this episode that's really a love letter to my sister. I know. It's really tough.
It is. I love it, though. I love it. Oh, no.
Well,
We need a box of tissues in here. Like,
a
just
box.
2 boxes?
Back up the truck.
Fucking waterworks over here.
Ugh, yeah, it's tough.
Oh.
But yeah. I think now we're at a point where it's important to me to create something like this to give her and let her see, and hopefully bawl her eyes out at.
You ready? You ready?
You are not ready.
Oh my God. All right, so we talked about the elements that you like about the song. Would you ever want to cover like a crooner country song?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I want to pick a Dolly Parton song now.
Not Patsy Cline.
She's cool too. Yeah, I'd have to go through her catalog and see if anything resonates. What?
No, it's funny. You know,
It's like, what does that look?
well, the only Patsy Cline song, the only Patsy Cline song I only know from watching the Blues Brothers, and it's a song that is very against your ethos. It's "Stand by Your Man." I'm like,
Oh, that's not.
It seems a little. I mean, I don't know all of the lyrical content of that song.
I would have to look. I mean, there's nothing wrong with "Stand by Your Man."
No,
like,
there is it, but it is.
You stand by your woman.
Yeah,
There's that.
exactly, and that's where I'm like, I don't really know the context
Yeah.
of its like, yep, it's all about him. Like, no, then I would never want to do it.
No, of course not. But like, God, I wonder who. We can talk about this off camera.
Yeah.
Actually.
There are a couple of things that we found where there are bands that I enjoy that are heavy or rock or emo or metal or whatever, and they'll do country versions of their own songs. Which I'm like,
man!
If you haven't heard Emery's country version of Studying Politics, it is amazing. It's so
funny.
good. And to be honest, there are some alt country people that I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, this is good. Like, I would get behind this. And so we did an episode where we covered a hot water music song, which is especially in this area, there's a lot of history there.
Yeah.
But their singer Chuck Reagan did his own alt country project, and I had heard that he had done that, and I hadn't really listened to any of it until I played a video game that he did the soundtrack for, and it's all alt country. And it's
I
called.
think I remember you telling me, what is it called?
It's called the Flame and the Flood is the name of the game and the album that Chuck Reagan did. That's all alt country. It's damn good. It is really good.
Wow.
Yeah. When we see Doghouse Roses, which is our friend Alan and Scott's band, we love them.
Yeah.
Honestly, like they would. I don't think they would describe themselves as country, but
No.
they're
Well,
pretty
so
country.
there's like, I feel like there's a real fine line with like blues rock and country.
They describe.
I love blues rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few songs that I listen to like on the regular that they're just heavy. Yeah, I mean that's how I describe it as blues rock. I don't know if that blues rock is a thing. Like somebody tell me, but like maybe it's not. But it's like just grungy, kind of rock country. But to
Sticking
me,
with that like 145 standard.
Sure.
Okay.
What? Okay.
Sorry, all you music theory nerds out there know what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm an on-time nerd, but I'm not a theory nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of country that I really like. It's
Okay.
just down bluesy, and I like bluegrass.
Really?
I like bluegrass a lot.
I'd say the only thing that's approaching bluegrass that I was ever really into is Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, mostly because they have the best bass player in the world, like hands down.
Yeah.
I mean, Victor Wooten
Dude
is
slays.
a walking god. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Like that guy is music made flesh. He really is.
He's like, I came out like this. I came out in human form.
Yeah.
Look at that. Well, what do I do with this?
And the wild thing is, his brothers are just as good, and they're like the same. Yeah, it's just nuts. It's nuts.
It's like they conspired in heaven, like, yeah, we're coming down. We're all coming down together. How about that?
Oh, like their parents must have shook hands with the devil at a crossroads or something. Something happened. I don't know.
The fuck? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I think Doghouse Roses probably would describe themselves, or I've heard Alan say this, of we're Americana, which I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
But, yeah.
That actually, Americana, it crosses all the genres of the country spectrum.
The last thing that I'll kind of say about covering this song is it felt like we took it back, because obviously we don't have the instrumentation to do something big pop country, so we scaled it back a little bit and brought it back to maybe a little bit more of like country roots, even though it's still still has a lot of the modern elements. But you really put in a bit of a classic twang, and I heard some real like Dolly Parton in there. When
Did
you? Were doing it. I kind of did.
Okay. I mean, I don't listen to enough of her to. Well, I mean, but she is a strong influence.
Yeah.
On anybody.
Yeah. Or who is the singer that sang with Massive Attack that had that Louisiana kind of?
Oh gosh, Hope Sandoval.
Yeah. I heard that in there, and I'm interested to know if anybody else hears that.
Well, yeah, there's definitely but I can cross accents pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. So if there's a chance to do a southern accent, I could easily do it.
Now you sound like Ruth Langmore.
Who? Who's that?
The girl from Ozark.
Oh really? Oh, that's hilarious. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can do good southern. It's just. I had a friend he lived in Marietta.
Yeah, Marietta, Georgia.
Yeah, I think that's where I first started to. Oh, okay. Like I just hung around for about a week, and it was in. I was like, okay, oh, that's how you do. Okay, I get it. That's cute.
Oh, please go back to where you were.
He said no.
Yeah, I'm like
no.
You can get that back on the tracks anytime you want. However, I do love a good costume.
And we did.
And we did.
I was a little reticent at first, but okay.
It didn't feel like it was going to be complete unless we did some kind of like, yep, if we're gonna play a country song and a modern country song.
Yo, you look the part.
Go big or go home.
He looked the part.
Tried.
Look the part like, oh my god.
Where did this guy come from?
That's kind of hot. I was like, oh shit.
I am gonna buy a tractor if
like,
that's the case. I don't know what I'll use it on. But...
You can ride shotgun. I'm gonna drive that shit.
I'm glad that it worked for you. Thank you.
Really though, I was like, oh my goodness, what is? He said he wanted to go to get these aviator glasses, and I was like, I don't even know what those are. Like, what is that? I was thinking like the goggles, like with
no, with like an ascot.
It was like, Ray-Bans. It was just Ray-Bans, like whatever Ray-Bans are, the style. And I was like, oh, that definitely completes the look. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and they serve double duty because you can't see me bawling my eyes out when I'm playing. I'm playing guitar, and hopefully I was like, well, I'm wearing this. I can look down, maybe, but the big glasses. I'm like, okay, I am safe behind this wall.
No, he's completely camo. He's completely camo. Yep. Yeah, you can't see what the fuck is going on behind that glasses.
Thank God, because it was even worse than this. It took us 10 takes to get through it without just
27.
Yeah, being just a complete blubbering, just never.
So it's been really hard to get through this, and so the Ray-Bans, yeah. So he had, he's.
Yeah, just a blubbering mess behind everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh, camo, yep. Yeah, you were camoed really well.
Yep.
Would you like to introduce the song?
I think I would. I don't know how much more we can go on about this without breaking our own hearts. Before I introduce it, though, I will point out to the audience that next episode is episode 25. It is our 1-year anniversary. We're going to do a couple of things that are pretty special. There are a couple of surprises in store for you that you don't even know about that I'm excited for you to see.
I love your surprises.
Yep. And we're doing a song that's going to bring everything full circle. So please join us for that. That's going to be a really great special episode. So 1 year of doing Under the Covers Music Podcast, which is awesome.
Yay.
So
fun.
This song is...
Like, really? Should I introduce the song?
No.
Oh my goodness.
No, this is mine.
Eva.
Yeah, what has she done? Oh, this is the worst. She's not getting any Christmas presents now. This song is Where the Wild Things Are by... I almost couldn't even get through it right there.
I can hear
Jesus. This song is Where the Wild Things Are by Luke Combs.
My big brother rode an Indian scout. He's black like his jacket, American spirit hanging out of his mouth, just like our daddy. He kick-started that bike one night and broke mama's heart. He pointed that headlight west, out where the wild things are. He called me up every couple of weeks from South California. Talk about the desert and the Joshua tree, and his pretty girl stories, and how he bought an Airstream trailer and a J45 guitar. Said, little brother, you'll love it out here, out where the wild things are. Oh, it's hearts on fire and crazy dreams. Oh, and the nights like mad like gasoline. Light up those streets that never sleep when the sky goes dark, out where the wild things are. I called my brother from the back of that plane the second I made it. We started drinking on the strip in LA, and it got crazy. Ended up at a house in the hills with some Hollywood stars, kissing on a blonde in a backyard pool, out where the wild things are. Oh, yeah. Couple of iron horse rebels, wild as the devil. I knew I had to move out east. Said goodbye to my brother at the end of that summer. I knew he'd never leave. Oh, his heart's on fire and crazy dreams. And oh, and the nights ignite like gasoline. And oh, them Indian scouts man the bell for speed. And oh, he said he hit that guardrail at 3:30. Lit up those streets that never sleep when the sky goes dark. We buried him out in the wind beneath those West Coast stars, out where the wild things are. Out where the wild things are.
Thank you for watching this episode of Under the Covers. Please like, share, subscribe, and don't be afraid to get into our comments. New episodes drop the 1st and 15th of every month, so please keep coming back for more. If you're interested in bonus episodes, blooper reels, what else? Extras. That's pretty broad, extras. Reaction videos. Yeah, we do a lot of those. We have a Patreon channel that has all of those things. It's really great. It's patreon.com/, UTC Music Podcast. It's the same place you can find us at Instagram and Facebook. So look for us everywhere, UTC Music Podcast, and thank you for watching. I like stumbling over words.